Hey, look. Reppin' 336, can't forget the 8. KSG encrypted on my license plate. Bump that. We don't use China, we scraping paper plates. And shout out to my redneck brothers. I'm talking shake and bake. Hit the gym, I need my calf like Mike Beasley. Bump the boogeyman, that joker gave me heebie-jeebies. Thank God for Florida water, we ain't have no Fiji. True. Get your mind right. Man, we trying to get paper, man, bump the limelight. The bills gon' come in hindsight. Hell told me, talk my talk, I'm spitting orange Sprite. Hell. Hollywood, you see Holly in the streets, you can tell them. It's all good, gotta be about forgiveness when the blessings at stake. I may never shake your hand, but all truth gon' be great. My prerogative is throwing up them foes with all apostrophes. Candy man, but all that stubbornness, it can't be costing me. My daddy TC, so I'm pushing without apologies. If I make it my greatest rich, that's how it gotta be. Just is cruising, thugging at they auntie Susans, claiming that they gangsters, but they came up off of Cupid. I never said I'm thugging, talk my talk and kept it moving. You just confess on tracks and loose cases with all confusion. Through my people bones and start clicking once we had chewed them. Ran past them train tracks, promised they ain't came back. Let them borrow turkey, still ain't got my gravy paid back. Extra sauce for my biscuits. Granny cooking old school, stay up out the kitchen. By the time I turn 10, two can have me washing dishes. But she wasn't tripping. You ain't gotta feel me, but you gon' hear me today. You better rip that chip bag to put your wave on display. We saw them problems with them bays, he just real soft with a K. Oh, that's your auntie, man, I know where it's baked. Coming fresh up out the dirty, we got something to say. Long live LD. I'ma just hop right in. I'ma just come like straight through there. Watch this. Hey, look. Baby girl, I'm far from finished. I need the college, ain't worried about the spinach. Let's try to y'all, so I'm Jehovah's Witness. I run it back, I was birthed through a scrimmage. Mr. McLovin, I slide through your chimney. Daddy had told me, boy, don't you forget me. I got some flavor that spin like a frisbee. I know she lying, she thought she could trick me. Hold on, go about your business. I make a meal, they gon' say that they miss me. Remember the times that they came and they dissed me. Grandmas and aunties, they run up to kiss me. I'm about respect, we gon' address the issue. Reppin' the coast, so I know all the fishes. My baby country, but she from the city. She handle business, she far from Sadiddy. Hold on, come through, I'm grooving, I'm moving like Diddy. Giving out game in exchange for some biscuits. I don't fake girls, I'ma leave you to miss it. You ain't gotta like it, but you gonna feel me. Shout out my Scotty, he known for the pippin'. Coming like Kobe, got snakes on my fitted. Dunking like MJ, my dog, my apprentice. Boy, why you stunning? We know that it's rented. Clean up a hoop, then make sure it's tinted. Might double back, but I can't double dip it. Made it with scraps, we ain't have nothing exquisite. Folding my socks and my shoes, I admit it. Boy, watch your mouth, know my grandma a dentist. Tryna make paper like my cousin Clemmy. Tossing and turning, they know how they did me. It's triple F, baby, I'm far from finished.
Say, man, if it ain't gravy, it's lazy. They can see me, but they can't faze me. Deep and dappy on the daily. Church.
It's our glory to Yahweh, praise the kingdom in all ways. I don't care about what y'all say, catch me praying in broad day. Better pray for a G, no, I'm covered in all ways. My angels, some soldiers, they stay on the go. Yeah, you won't catch them on Broadway. Boy, I thank God we had church in the trenches. They hear my songs and they try to befriend me. I bought sweet tea, but my girl bought a pickle. I dumb it down, but they still wouldn't get me. Call you a bird, baby boy, you a pigeon. So where you gonna talk, but you really should listen. Became a man on the day I got stitches. From baby T to Big D, not to mention. It ain't December, your main homie Gretchen. I ain't get caught, I ain't go to detention. Remember that line when you asked how we different? No 30-30, boy, I'm on a mission. I'm more diverse than the pots in your kitchen. I got the sauce that your granddad was missing. Slide me a slap of a track, I'ma rip it. I got a bowl of the real, I should spill it. On 29 with a smile and a grilling. Put out the window like a bumper ticket. Watch how I walk, you can learn how I kick it. Pushing that pressure, man, watch how I pivot. Old school, I march and put starch on my dickies. Told her I love her name on my fitted. Blessed through the door, yet I'm touching the ceiling. Come like a Mars, too hard for the wicked. Definitely a D for the finish. And this triple wet, baby, I'm far from finish. Quarters. Huh? Def D, man. If you don't know me today, you'll know me by tomorrow. Uptown.
Yo, what it do, It's the Chop Up Podcast. Hey, that music y'all was listening to just now, that was definitely D from Uptown, Pensacola. Yeah, he put it on. He had the Uptown freestyle I played first, and then Far From Finish was the second song. You see the transformation when he had a little twist to it.
Yeah.
So he had the clean cut.
Yeah.
The military cut. Shout out definitely D. Go check him out on all social media platforms, man. Y'all got to check that out. Shout out to Marvelous Marvin. Hey, what's good, bro? That song fire, real talk. Keep bringing the hits. All right. Well, we in here on a Thursday. This is round 3. I got Miss Francine Mathis in the building.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. Listen, we circling back around.
Yes, we are.
We had a good first interview.
Yes, we did.
Second interview got crazy.
Very.
So we back for a third one, one-on-one.
Yes.
You.
I like one-on-ones.
Okay.
They seem to be hitting a little harder, and very much so. I think we can learn a little bit more with one-on-one.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
True. So it's a hot day out there. A lot of things been going on in the city.
Yes.
The prelims and everything coming up. So we just want to come up in here and talk about a few things that we didn't get to talk about last time.
Yeah.
And then I want to hear some more coming from you. So first things first, let's get some clarity on the water situation. I want to talk about real quick.
Okay. Yeah. So before I get to talking, I'm Franscine Mathis.
Yep.
I'm running for State House Representative for District 1. If you do not know what District 1 is, District 1 is from W Street, Century, coming on up to W Street before you pass over Fairfield. Anything over Fairfield, that's no longer me. So it's a really big district. So we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And we're going to get it cracking with the water.
Uh-huh.
Well.
So a lot of Wedgewood residents was on the comments last time. And, even after that interview, a lot of people was, coming up to me or still commenting about it, saying that they didn't feel like their neighborhood had a water issue anymore, but that was true at one point.
And I want to say to them people, what makes you think it's gone? Mm-hmm. The landfills are still there. We don't have no new pipes. Mm. Everything is still like it was. The only difference is they're putting chloride in your water so it can brighten it back up. So now there's another chemical in your water. Because I never said the water was bad when it was that ECUA in the tank. Mm-hmm. As it's coming down the water pipes, the water lines, that's when your water is getting really bad and toxic. Well, now that they're putting chloride in your water, yeah. But the reason why I was saying it at first is your pipes are really old. These are pipes that was laid down over 100 years ago. These pipes have been there since the 1940s and 50s. Now it's 2024. So you do the math. With that being said, they're lead pipes. So you got lead in your water. Your water is going through lead pipes. It's been there for over 100 years. So you got lead in your water. There is no overlaying covers over the pipes. And when I say overlaying covers, I'm not saying this is your pipe and then we're going to lay something over it. Right. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
The newer pipes have covers over them. You know how when you're taking your pipes to loose in your bathroom, mm-hmm. and you have those plastic, what do you call those things, those ring looking things, and you're putting them over your pipes
to stop the leak.
To stop the leaks.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so these newer pipes got stuff that's go over them. So when they put your pipes together and run them through the ground, they have something over them to stop stuff from being able to get into your pipes. Well, over 100 years ago, they didn't have that. So you're drinking straight out of lead pipes. So you got lead in your water. Mm-hmm. The chemicals that is in the ground, because the landfills that are dropping those chemicals into your ground, and we have 11 landfills and 6 or 7 borrow pits out there in Wedgewood. So you got all these landfills around you. You got all these chemicals that's being dropped into your water. You have chemicals that is being placed in your water because it's trying to brighten your water up. Because a while back, the water was murky and it looked dirty. But now it don't look so dirty because they're adding chloride to brighten the water up. So that's still another chemical that's in your water.
Right.
If you put water in your cup or glass, and I'm not talking about somebody that has, well, my mom has filters, and we can still smell a little bit of sulfide or chloride in the water.
Right.
But it's not as bad as it used to be, but it's there. So just think about it. Everything that's in the ground, and you have these lead pipes where there's nothing holding it totally together, so won't nothing get inside those pipes. When people, because we're still on septic out there in Wedgwood.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. My mom has a septic tank, the people over there next to them, next to them, next to them. So if you have a septic tank, you think about it. When that septic tank overflow, or all that stuff gets into the ground in the septic tank, when it's going down, what's in the ground?
Yeah.
Your water lines.
Right.
And what do you have to stop it from getting into your water lines? Absolutely nothing. Just the other day, ECUA was out in Wedgwood throwing with these big dirt things, and it was opening up, getting down there, and they were trying to suck out as much stuff as they could.
Oh.
So I asked him, "What are you doing?" And he says, "Well, as you know, stuff gets into the water lines, stuff gets into the pipes. So every so often, we dig, and we try to get down there and suck up as much as we can."
Right.
Because right now they're not putting any new lines down this way.
Okay.
So that proves my point right there. That stuff is getting into your water lines. And if it's getting into your water lines, then it's getting into your water. Let's just take this observation. Let's say I got a Pepsi. I never opened this Pepsi bottle before. But when I open the Pepsi bottle, the Pepsi's clean because I never opened it before.
Right.
But I got this dirty glass. So I'll pour this clean Pepsi into this dirty glass. Then what happens to the Pepsi? The Pepsi gets dirty. Right? So that's what's happening to your water. Your water's coming out of a clean water system, but it's going through a dirty water line coming to your home. So what is that going to make your water? It's going to make your water dirty.
Right.
And there's no way around it. Unless you get some new pipes. Or you get a filter and it filters out a lot of it, except probably maybe 4 to 5% you still probably will get. But it's better than 100%.
Right.
So it's kind of like putting Band-Aid over the wound, but guess what? Band-Aid will help you stay alive until you can really solve the problem and get to a doctor and get stitched up.
Yeah. So the last time we were talking about solutions, and one of the solutions was because everybody would have to move out for you to completely fix the water lines in the neighborhood. Or what do you think?
I don't think so. I talked to a gentleman that was working with ECUA, and I said, if we was to get some more pipes and water lines, would we have to just totally move out? He says, you wouldn't have to totally move out, but we will tell you, okay, from this time to this time, we're working on the water line. So we're going to cut off everybody's water on this side of Wedge.
Oh, yeah.
And so your water will have to be out probably for the majority of the day. So you might want to go over somebody else's house that got some water. You got something you really need to do. But he says, we wouldn't just do it at the spur of the moment. We would actually send out letters a week or two before. We would even have it on the news saying that in such and such time. And I've seen this on the news where they say such and such will be having pipe work or water work done from this time to that time.
Right.
So it's not something that they just gonna start doing and you're at home taking a shower and the water just comes off and you jump out naked with a bunch of soap on you. That's not gonna happen.
They ain't gonna do you like that.
No.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think you would have to just totally, and it may take them a while. I'm not gonna kid you. The way he was telling me how they would do it, it would take them a while to get all through Edgewood, Rolling Hills, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
He said that's maybe a year, almost a year project, because we would do this side, we would hit different sides of the street first.
Right.
Because we don't want to just block somebody out totally. We want to be able to give them a way to get in and out. He said, so what it'll take some people coming out, actually looking at the roads, seeing exactly how they can come out, how they can come in, how we would maneuver this situation. We may only hit one side of the road, and it may take us a week to just do that side, because on this side, this is a way for them to get out. So we want to make sure we do this side, and so they can be able to get out on another side. Or he says, but it ain't nothing like we're going to keep your side of the road messed up for a whole week. And
Right.
then he says, it's nothing at that. He said, if we can do a whole side in a day, so if somebody can stand to kind of be inconvenienced for a day, and then we move to the other side or the other side. I mean, you have to play devil's advocate with this thing. Either you have a little inconveniency for a day or two, or you keep having dirty pipes and drinking dirty water for the rest of your life,
Right.
and end up with cancer, COPD, because those chemicals has a lot of effects to them that's in your water. So I don't know why people are saying that there's nothing wrong with the water, because what has changed? We still have landfills. We still have old dirty pipes. So what has changed to make them say our water's better? What's the change? Because before you can say something is better, you have to say what changed it to make it better.
Right.
What has happened to make it better? Nothing's happened. We still have the same water pipes, water lines. I mean, I don't know. So why are they saying that they think the water's better now?
I don't know. I didn't even really ask for a reason.
I mean, because I would like to know.
But based off of what you said, probably because it's not brown.
Yeah, because they have started putting chloride in our water now. But all that is just another chemical that is added to the list of chemicals that was already in your water.
Right.
So nothing's really changed, you guys. It's just that your water may not be brown anymore. But I tell you what you're going to have. You take showers and baths in that water long enough, your skin going to start itching some people. I already hear people telling me. And I tell them, run your water for a little longer. Your water bill might be a little higher, but I'm sorry.
Right.
Run your water a little bit. Because it's just like when you go to a pool and you out there swimming in a pool, and the pool has chloride in this water. When you get out, sometimes you're a little itchy. And they tell you to go take a bath and get that off of you.
That's
so true. You may have to run your water a little bit more. Maybe make it a little hotter, so you can try to clean that or kill that chloride effect off of you. I don't know, but
minimize it as much as you can.
Minimize it as much as you can.
Yeah.
So we do still have a problem, you guys. And the answer to it is we need some more pipes. We really do. And I'm gonna tell you this. I don't want to drink out 100-year-old water pipes.
Right.
That just sounds nasty within itself. You know what I'm saying?
Right, it's old, yeah.
It's just old and it's nasty. And we need something new.
Yeah.
And I feel like every area, every community in District 1 is worth getting new pipes.
That's true. Because everywhere should be upgraded. They don't even make pipe or do pipes like that anymore. No. So you should be at least upgraded to today's time.
To today's
or like
time.
The last 5 years or something like that.
Something, but not the last 100 years.
A century ago.
That's crazy. So you know what? I'm gonna play devil's advocate, and I'm gonna even push the bad water to the side for a minute.
Yeah.
I just want some new pipes.
Right.
Why can't we get new pipes? That's just like your home. You get tired of looking at the same thing day after day. Eventually you remodel your house. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know how often you do it, but I'm pretty sure most people remodels their house.
Yeah.
People get new refrigerators because they're like, man, we had a refrigerator about 10, 20 years. It's
time
to upgrade.
I'm that same guy talking about it still work. Yeah, you're right though. When my wife be like, nah, babe, we need something new.
Yeah. You want to remodel your home every so often. You upgrade your car every so often.
True.
So why not upgrade what's going inside your system? You're drinking this. This is going in your body. And there are a lot of effects to drinking dirty and nasty water,
Yeah.
you know? So that's my answer to that. The only answer I can see at this point with that is let's try to see if we can get some resources to get some new pipes.
Right. So that goes. So that to summarize all of that, if you were to be in that position, that would be one of your priorities.
Oh, that would be one of my number one priorities to get together with Larry Williams because he is the District 3. So for ECUA is District 3.
Okay.
For State House is District 1.
Gotcha.
So I would definitely sit down with Larry Williams and say, hey, got a problem.
Mm.
The water is bad and we need to get some pipes. So let's write out a plan and let's try to get some grant money. Let's try to get some resource, try to get some money because he has money in his budget.
Yeah.
She has money in her budget. I would have money if I was to get that seat. I would have money in the budget and I would have the right to try to write up a plan to try to see about getting a grant for that area. So we can use some of that money to get some new pipes.
Gotcha.
And if all that money can afford is the new pipes, well, guess what? I would be happy with that. And I would try to figure out something else to try to figure out the next step.
Right.
But I would try to get some that is going to be number one on my list.
Gotcha.
I mean, because I have parents that have been sick, and the doctors have asked them. I'm gonna tell you how I know the water's bad, y'all. I've gotten my parents' water tested.
Mm.
I know what's in the water.
And they stay in
Rolling Hills.
Rolling Hills,
Right
okay.
on Rolling Hills.
Gotcha.
We've gotten other people's water tested that lives around there. People that live closer to the landfill, man, yeah, we've gotten their water tested too. But guess what? When they just ran their glass up under the water, and we could smell sulfate. We could smell it.
Mm.
You can see little stuff running in the water. It's really nasty.
Yeah,
I have houses that I've been over and we've tested the water. And these people don't have filters. So people with filters, your water might be a little cleaner because you have those filters, but you still getting a certain percentage of it.
Yeah.
So
I was about to say,
what it is.
That's one way you can tell if you got them filters on there when you got to clean the filter out or replace the filter.
Yeah.
You see all the
and see all the good that's in it.
Yeah, that's one way to tell. Okay, so that was your answer on the water. What you got?
Okay. Well, I just have a lady that's telling me on my phone. I guess somehow she's looking. I don't know.
Oh, she's checking you out
on my Facebook page, or is this on Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, she's just saying the water's terrible. And I don't know who told them people this water's good, but it is terrible.
Tell her I need her to interact with us.
So that's what I told her.
She's trying to privately message you and stuff. You supposed to be on the comments.
So.
But she said the water's terrible.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to be funnier than you guys, and I know everybody's gonna have their own opinion and their own thoughts, but for the most part, I can't tell you nothing has changed.
Right.
We still got landfills out there. We still are on a septic tank system. We still have bad pipes that's been there for years. Nothing's changed. So how people can say they think the water has gotten better, the only thing that I can say is because, like you said, they put the chloride in it to make it look clean, look clear, but that's an illusion, guys. So that's all I can really say. And if you don't believe me, I mean, get it tested. I mean, it does cost money. We even, you know what? I had a town hall meeting at the community center about almost a year ago, not quite. And Larry Williams was there, and the lady said, "Well, if you don't believe us and you think this water is clean, then come to our house and test our water for free." Hey, that was legitimate. I think. Yeah. I called this lady about 3 days ago. She says to this day he still ain't came.
He ain't come yet.
Because he knows that this water is not clean. So all I would say to people is buy bottled water. If you can't afford bottled water, run your water a little bit. this is what I tell people to do. Boil your water before cooking in it.
Mhm.
And once you boil your water, strain it. Because people are saying that they've strained their water and found just icky stuff. It's like, what is that? I said, I don't know. Whatever's in the ground, I guess. I don't know.
Even after boiling? That's crazy.
That's nasty.
Yeah, I never even.
Yeah, boil your water. It is, and it be on the news sometimes too when they have a boil your water effect. Have you ever seen that?
I've seen that when it's like a hurricane or a bad, real bad storm, they'll send those warners out to do that.
Yeah, you need to, because guess what? When there's a storm and your ground, because the ground moves when it's a storm. You know that.
Yeah.
So
the Pensacola ground move whenever. It's like it's
it just does what it want to do. But hey, when the ground is moving and the hurricane is blowing the wind and these trees are being lifted up, you got all kind of stuff going through your water pipes.
Yeah.
And just think about 100 years. How many storms have we had in 100 years?
Ooh. Ain't no telling.
Yeah. So I just encourage everybody, just be careful when it comes to your water. If you can buy bottled water, that's great. Look out for my Facebook page because wait a minute, I'm sorry. I got another comment about the water, y'all. This lady said, I encourage everybody get you some bottled water.
Man.
But
you gotta tell your people they gotta play. They gotta play along now. They gotta be commenting on Facebook. Comment on YouTube, comment on Facebook. It'll all show up right here.
That's what I'm telling them now. Comment on Facebook.
Yeah, they gotta do
that.
But
I just want to implore everybody to please get bottled water. If you can't, a lot of times I have, and I'm going to be having another one soon. I have a bottled water fest, and the fest is I ask churches, people, organizations to bring 24 packs of water, and I try to. Well, we was having it at the community center, but I don't know.
We're gonna get to that.
So, but
we're gonna definitely get to that.
So, and then I just have people to drive up, and we try to give them a case of water, and then I give them out my number, and I let them know if you're not able to purchase, water, I'll try to find an organization that will help you, or I will help you.
Yeah.
But I try to give them all the help I can with getting bottled water.
Gotcha.
So, and I'm going to be doing another one real soon. I just haven't had time to get my thoughts together.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get a lot
going on right now.
I got a lot going on right now. And since we're talking about the Wedgewood Community Center, can we just slide into
Let's go ahead. Let's slide right into it.
So, first and foremost, I want to give my condolences, my deepest condolences to the families of those that lost their life. Mm-hmm. That was very tragic. I've asked, did anybody know the family members of those gentlemen that lost their life? I wanted to go pay respects as a candidate for District 1 and an advocate. We failed them. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say we. Right. Everybody, we failed them. To the people that have relatives that was injured, we failed y'all. And I'm going to tell you how. First of all, every so often, legislature have these round tables of gun violence. Have you seen that in Brownsville?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. So they have a round table, and I'm pretty sure some people have seen it on TV, where Michelle Salzman, Alex Andrade, the chief of police, the city police, some county commissioners, city councils. It's just a big round table of legislation people.
Right.
I go and I sit in the back, and listen and comment or whatever. But what's being done?
Right.
They get money. They get money from the federal government when they do stuff like this. When they say that we've had these many tragedies, these many gun violence deaths, they get money to try to do stuff to stop it. Where's the money going?
Right.
What's happening?
Is that one of the questions that you ask when you're there? If you're out
they don't.
You ask
you know what? I asked a question one time, and Salzman just blumbered all over my question. It really didn't get answered. So I really don't have an answer.
Right.
It was, we got a lot of communities and we got to spread that money around all the community. That ain't what I asked.
Right.
What I said is, what do you propose is the best action to take with the money that has been given for gun violence in Escambia County. That is, you know,
and she danced all over that.
Pretty much. So I'm gonna tell you what I think and where I think it should go.
Okay.
I think, of course, we need to hire more officers, and we need to train them. Though they need to go into training as well. We need to train them how to deal with mental health cases. We need to train them how to deal with domestic violence cases, and we need to train them on how to deal with our young people.
Right.
The first line of action should not be pull out your weapon and shoot as many shots off as you can. That should not be it. So we need to use that money to hire more officers and to train our officers. Now, a couple of nights ago when I was in Wedgwood, I seen so many police officers riding around. My question is this: why ride around now? You should have been there the day of that game.
Right.
I don't care what that lady Deborah said at that community center, and I hate to say this, I think that was the stupidest remark I ever heard. Because I'm gonna tell you why.
Well, yeah, what are we talking about?
The lady that is a volunteer at the community center at Wedgwood, she said the reason why no police officers was there, because I think she said it has to be 100 or more people at an event before they actually have officers there. Is that stupid or what?
Yeah, that's wild.
I
never heard that.
I never heard of it neither, but that's what she said. You can go back to We Are TV3.
I mean, they probably
and
told her
read
that.
the clipping.
Yeah.
She said it on TV last night on Channel 3 News. I was watching. My thing is this. So is what you telling me is if it's not 100 people or more, people's lives don't matter? Because that's basically what you're saying. Because this is a community center. This was a community event. What are our officers paid to do? Protect and serve our community.
Yes. So when they're riding around like that, do you think that's for them to protect and serve, or do you think that's more about them trying to lock up somebody in the neighborhood, or just trying to lock people up?
I don't know what it was about last night. I really don't, because guess what? I can guarantee you those dudes that did that shooting, they probably don't even live in Wedgwood, number one, because that's what I've been hearing. They don't. Number two, I don't think they're going to be riding around in Wedgwood in a stolen car that everybody done seen on TV. I don't believe that that's going to be happening right now. Yeah. I mean, I'm just being logical, you know. So what should have taken place the day that they had that game, the same way they riding deep now, they should have been riding deep then, because we're having a community event. And if you would have had an officer sitting outside the community center, right in the front of it, then have one sitting right here on the side. All you need is 3 officers. Yeah, one on this side, one right in front of it, and one on the side where the park at. I guarantee you that probably would have never happened. Because you know why? They don't want to be caught, and they sure don't want to get shot and killed.
Right.
Because when they start
that's a good point.
Because when they start shooting off shots, you know the police gonna start shooting off shots, and somebody gonna get caught or somebody else gonna get killed. That would have been 3 officers would have saved 2 people's lives and those other people that got injured, and it would have kept their community center open because the summer is still here. The children now, where are they going to go and play basketball? Where are they going to go? And even the elderly people, they have events up there. Right. So that's been cut out.
I know people that work out up there.
Yeah, people work out up there. Okay, so when schools start back, what's going to happen to tutoring? The kids aren't going to be going up there to tutor, to get tutored. The children ain't going to have. To me, a community center is a safe haven for children.
Right.
And a safe haven for elderly people for events. And for different stuff. They had counseling agent up there feeding elderly people at a certain time. So what if that elderly person really depended on that?
Right.
So now what? They missing a meal.
Yeah.
And that's where they go for their activities. They have a lot of activities for elderly people. So now what?
Right.
So now they're just sitting in the house looking, trying to figure somewhere else to go. And a lot of elderly people don't drive. I have elderly parents. My father does not drive anymore. Right. My mother does, but my father doesn't. So, you know, but right up the road there wouldn't have been nothing for them to jump in the car, and back being so hot, I don't even really want them going too many places.
No, that's true.
But right up the road though,
yeah,
all they gotta do is jump in the car, fly up the street, they're at the community center, and they're doing some type of event, you know, Instead of now, they got to go all the way downtown to Cobb Center if they want to do something.
That's
Ricker
crazy.
Center, it's too hot. Guess
Yeah.
what? I'm finna be the activity. I'm the activities person in the Mathis household. So that's just what it's gonna be like.
What's going on, Big Pressure Taylor? What's up, Squad Boy
Hi.
Loon? Y'all tapped in. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Like and share the live. Comment too. We want to hear y'all feedback on it. Everybody up there texting Ms. Mathis. Y'all violating right now. Y'all violating the rules of engagement right now.
You know, I guess, you know, we can say, or we can say what could have, should have happened, but let's make it happen this time.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Not only for that incident, but I mean the whole thing with what happened off of Aries, where the elderly woman was shot.
Yes.
And then the whole chase to the bridge and all of that. Like that's because that's still District 1, right?
All of that is my district. I'm just I'm saddened to know that what happened to neighborhood watches. I know what happened. There was no fundings. Let's get some fundings so they can be able to communicate with our sheriff's department. Let's say if something's going on, and I'm not telling no neighborhood watch to be Captain Saber person. Don't do that. You are not trained.
Thank you for putting that out
to do that. Don't do that. You get somewhere safe, and you have the ability and the resources to contact our sheriff's department and say, "Hey, y'all need to get out here knee deep because we got a real situation going on. We need to put more resources into our neighborhood watch." Neighborhood watches kind of fade away because there was no safety, no security for them. Yeah. There was not enough resources for them, you know, for them to be able to help and protect our communities. And then by them only having one car, you got this one person riding around. No, we need to get resources and fundings for these neighborhood watches so we can have 3-4 cars riding around. I want to see some young people on neighborhood watches riding around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, policing yourself like in your neighborhood is something that seems to have faded away. Back in the days when I was a child, you know, our neighbors knew neighbors. If I can say that, because these days you come out your door, you might have had a neighbor staying next to you for 2 or 3 years. You don't even know nothing about them right now. But neighbors knew neighbors. The community was really a community, and they stuck together. Like, to be honest, a lot of people outside couldn't come in the neighborhood. Like, who you know?
Yeah.
Because why are you over here?
Why are you here?
Yeah.
If you've seen a strange car passing through a couple times, a couple of the men in the neighborhood, they gonna stop them. That's how it used to be in my neighborhood when I was growing up, and everybody would be outside playing Foursquare.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and we kept seeing a car pass by. Somebody go and say, "Mama, who is the car keep passing by here?" Yeah. Or it'd be a neighbor just sitting outside watching us, calling other parents, going, "Hey, y'all step outside. It's somebody. Yeah. Who is this person?
Who is that car?"
Yeah, but that's not the way that it is no more. And that's sad though, because like you say, we watch our own children. I'm gonna tell you, today's society, I don't think I would want my child outside like we was outside.
Right.
I'll be scared. I would be, because you don't know who gonna pass by shooting, who gonna pass by doing this or doing that. But back in my day, we used to play Foursquare. We used to play Red Rover. I mean, we was out there. We was outside, baby. And then our neighborhood was so tight until even when the street lights come on, parents would come outside because we'd be like, "Wait a minute, we doing the tournament of Foursquare." We had a tournament going on with Foursquare, y'all. Yeah. Parents would come outside and then sit their chairs out there and sit and watch us finish off the tournament for that day, because they know we're gonna do another one tomorrow. Yeah. So I mean, parents was even outside watching us play, and we just didn't have those problems.
Right.
But now I guess we got to go back to what I just said. Parents, you know, when parents got off of work and the children went outside, they was outside with us.
Yeah.
You know, and then sometimes they'll go inside to make a snack and call everybody over. Everybody went to everybody's house eating snacks.
Yeah,
you know,
that's definitely dead.
That's dead now, you know. But that's how it used to be. People used to make folks, what you call that stuff? The in the cup with the Kool-Aid.
The frozen cups.
Frozen cups.
Yeah.
They were like, girl, my mama made some frozen cups. What color you want?
Yeah.
It ain't what flavor. What color you want?
Yeah.
Oh, I want red. Oh, I want the red color.
Yeah.
Purple color. But it's not like that anymore. Yeah, maybe I'm telling my age. I don't care. But anyway.
Yeah.
It's not like that. Them was the good old days. You could sit outside with your home girl, and y'all could sit out and listen to Salt and Pepper, and think y'all Salt and Pepper with you, trying to get your little dance together.
Yeah, your routine
before the little party, the house party come up. You know, because we did have house parties, so you want to get your little routine together. So you on each other's porch and all that, you know. But nowadays, those days are over with. You don't see that anymore, and that's sad.
Yeah,
it's sad.
Even when you do see it, it's like, nah, I don't want you going to that. Like, you gonna tell your children, nah, you ain't going to that.
You ain't going to that because
they shooting that
too
up.
much happens.
Yeah,
too much is going on. So I guess we got a lot of things that is a factor of this. Number one, we do need to get more resources for neighborhood watch.
Yeah,
you know, we really do. We need more neighborhood watch people, and we need them to be over the age of 80. Because, I mean, for real, a couple years ago, I seen this man doing neighborhood watch in Montclair. I swear that man had to be about 70-something. And I'm thinking, and you know, this is a shame. We got some young men out here, and y'all need to be riding with this man, or we need to get some other cars or something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. They got so many police cars that they're not using because they're getting all these up-to-date cars. Why can't you allow some neighborhood watch people to get those cars, donate those cars to the neighborhood? And at least they'll have some cars. Let's get some resource, some money, so they can get some insurance and a tag on the car, so they won't be riding dirty. Watching the neighborhood riding dirty. But I mean, but I'm just saying, there's resources, money out there.
Yeah.
These people got a lot of money for that gun violence neighborhood table thing. Yeah. I just want to know where it's at.
Yeah, where it's at, and what are they doing?
And what are they doing with the money?
At least what did they say they was going to do?
You know. I
at least want to hear that. Whether they executed it or not, that's one thing. But what did they even say that they were going to do?
I'm going to be honest with you. I never really heard. All they kept talking about is that we got to figure out a way to get these guns out these children's hands. But guess what? And I'm just going to put it out there. You got legislators that has lowered the age of getting a concealed weapon. And I know we can't stop what they get on the street. I get that. But let's make it have some sense when it comes to getting a legal gun.
Yeah.
Let's make some sense. I can't control what you do out here in the streets.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna ever be able to control that.
Exactly.
The only thing we can do is spend more money on officers to catch these people that got these illegal guns that's selling them, and let's lock them up. But that's it. But we can control what we do when it comes to legalization.
Right.
And we can do that. Yeah. And we can get some smart gun laws.
Yep.
I don't think no child that's 18 need to be purchasing no gun.
Now, before we go into that, let me read this comment.
Okay.
Sherry EM said, there are a lot of programs not at full capacity. How do we feel the existing programs utilize current community resources? Yeah, how do we do that?
So how do we do that as far as the resources that we already have? Well, we got to put the right people over that resource. That's number one.
Yeah.
We need to put the right people over these resources. And I know people may come up and go that they the right person for this, they the right person for that. But when you see that they're not utilizing it properly,
right?
Hey, you might be my homegirl or my homeboy, but you're not doing right. And you got to slide. Right. You got to put somebody in here that's going to utilize this money properly and who's going to do the right thing. Because you're right. We do have money. We do have money and resources. but the people that's over it is not doing right. And if you are in one of these programs and you see that the money is not being used right, you see it's not being utilized right, then it's time to say, hey, okay, we got money to be able to get cars for neighborhood watch.
Right.
Why aren't we using this money for that? We got to start making people be accountable that's over this money.
Right.
I think accountability is the best line of action that anybody can have.
Ooh. So are you aware of any of the existing programs that Sherry EM is talking about?
Yes. Okay. So we do have some programs like I know Mr. Jones has a program, Rodney Jones. He has a good program called Hoops. And this is for young people. Have you ever heard that program before?
Mm-mm.
It's a program for children that is in need of they like come from a needy family, and you can see the risk of them becoming gangsters or becoming, in prison. And I have been to his program before and spoke, and he does a great summer program. Now I can't say nothing about it. Gotcha. He does. He really does. And I got to give props when props are needed. Yeah. So he is really doing this thing. We were trying really hard to get this program out in Century.
Oh, okay.
But we got so many problems with Century already. We couldn't find a building because they're not using and utilizing the resources properly, just like she's saying.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So there are a lot of things that maybe could be done, but the money is just not used properly and is not being utilized properly. And what happens is, you have a lot of nonprofit organizations that get money from county commission, that gets money from the city council, that gets money from the state.
Right.
But the problem is, are they going back trying to see, are they really doing what they say they're going to do with that money? Yeah. See, that's the problem, because I've been at delegate meetings where Salzman gave $20,000 to this organization, $30,000. I never even heard of these programs.
Right.
So who are these people? And where is this program located? So when I did go out to look for those programs, I'm gonna be honest with you, I couldn't find them.
So they are not.
I don't know if they're just like, I don't know where they at. I'm not kidding. I really went and looked.
Right.
I could not find those programs. Now, I did email her and ask her, where are these programs? Because we need them.
Did you get a response?
No, I did not.
No response.
Not at all. And that bothers me, because we have legislation giving money to programs that we don't even know where they are. We don't even know, but it's kind of like, well, don't question me. Right. Well, why not? That's what you're there for.
Yeah.
To be questioned. Because if it's something that's not right, let's make it make sense then. Why did you give this money to them?
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you now, and I know those events are boring, but they're free and anybody can come. And they be right there at the auditorium of PSC. And they happen in December. I just went to one last December. So if I win in November, I'll be sitting there. But when these people come up, I'll say, hey, I didn't give you nothing. I didn't know who you are.
Right.
Salzman did that. Now see, that's going to be my real good chance right there.
Right.
Who are you? What do you really do in the community? And what did you do with that money that she gave you?
Yeah.
Now that's the conversation I'm going to have, because I didn't give them no money, because I'm just stepping in.
Yeah.
See, and that's the problem. There's no accountability once again. And there's no discussions on these things. And I agree with Ms. Sherry. There are a lot of programs, but they're just not utilizing the resources properly. And guess what? We'll never really know who all these people are in these programs or the programs, because they don't have to tell us.
Right.
We ain't got to know nothing. But they're giving the money out. They're giving our taxpayers money out, or they're going out there and they're finding grant money or resources to give to these programs, but we don't know who they are. And if you don't go to these different events, And you'll know who they are, but they ain't got to tell you nothing.
Right.
Because they ain't get that money from you. They got it from that particular person.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why people need to vote. You need to vote because guess what? There are a lot of nonprofit organizations out here that is doing stuff.
Yeah.
And we don't even know about them because guess what? They're not getting all that money because they're not giving it to them. And let me say this first. I won't just say this real quick.
Yeah.
I'm not prejudiced. I don't have a prejudice bone in my body. I really don't. But what I did notice, there was not one Black nonprofit organization that received money. I know there are some good nonprofit organizations that are Black organizations that could have stood up there and said, thank you for this, thank you for that. I work with a lot of them. I work with a lot of them. I volunteer my time for a lot of nonprofit organizations. I have too.
Yeah. You want to look up there and read that next comment from Sherry?
I'm involved with a lot of programs that serve the community. Most are free. Can we talk about filling those programs at Brownsville, at Brownsville, Fricker Center, Cobb Center, etc.? Yes. Yes, we need to. But this is the thing, Miss Sherry. Are you able to get the money or the resources that you need to be able to really do the things that you really want to do? Yeah. Have you been able to receive that money from different people? They need support.
Right.
They really do. I cannot tell you they really how much I have fussed and argued about what about these programs that try to help the children at Cobb Center, Fricker Center.
Right.
I know and August the 10th, me and Sean will be at Cobb Center. We will be there from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and we'll be giving out book bags, haircuts. We'll have food there. We'll have ladies there to even do the girls' hair for school. So I'm asking everybody to please come out. Please come out. And guess what? We contacted our District 1 State House Rep Salzman, and we asked her, would she mind, supporting and giving money to this event? Because we didn't get grants, we didn't get anything for this.
Right.
She said, I'm tapped out. And I'm thinking, well, what you tapped out from?
Right.
Who have you donated anything to? Please let us know. Because we would like to, hey, we'll help them.
Right.
But we didn't get an answer on that. So see, that's why I'm saying that they do need help. A lot of organizations that does a lot need help. Twice a month, I go to Ronald McDonald House and I feed the Ronald McDonald House. I get no help.
Right.
A lot of this stuff I'm taking out of my own pocket doing. I feed the homeless once a week. I had a man to just call me and say, hey, I got a lot of packaged food that I don't want to throw it away, but I can't eat all of this packaged food. It comes in a box to me. It's packaged meals. Can you use it? Of course I can. And I'm going to go pick it up.
Right.
Because if I give them out to the homeless, they can go somewhere and put it in a microwave, warm it up. And that's a meal for them any time of day or night. So I'm going to go and pick them up. And if anybody else have packaged meals that, they didn't eat, and now they're getting a new shipment in for the month and they still got some in left over, call me. I'll pick it up. Because that is food that they can eat anytime.
Right.
Anytime. So,
that's honorable. Okay, so real quick, because I gotta switch up the topic.
Well, thank you, Miss Sherry. I appreciate it. And my number.
Yeah, I was about to say tap in where.
I want to tap in with you if it's okay with you. And my number, please write it down. 708.
Put it in.
310-8907. And if there's anybody else that have a nonprofit or organization, and maybe everybody can join together, because the more we unite, the more help we can give. We can be a really big front for Escambia County that's not getting the help from legislation. And we can join together and come together with all our resources we do have. And maybe we can do one big homeless feeding. I think that would be great.
Right.
Or something, So please give me a call. That's my number. I don't care when you call. I have my phone with me at all times. And I promise you, I'll answer. If I miss you, leave a message. I promise I'll call you back. But even if I have to call, if I have to answer and say, I'm in a meeting, because now y'all know I'm campaigning. So I do be in meetings some, but I promise you, I'm going to call you back. Because I think that's a very important topic,
Right.
Extremely important topic. Because if we got money and resources out there, we need to be giving it to the people that's really doing something for the community. Yeah. And not people we got to try to figure out who they are.
Right.
That's crazy.
Big ups to you, Sherry.
Thank you, Miss
Thank
Sherry.
you for tapping in.
I appreciate that so much.
Yeah. So before we went on to that topic, you were about to get into the gun laws when you were talking about you don't think anybody younger than 18 should have a gun. And so let's talk about that.
I know a lot of y'all are going to say, well, they can go in the military at 18, and they can. Right. Well, guess what? I have 2 young men that has been through that. I have one still in there. They are trained by highly professional people. Mm-hmm. They receive a psych evaluation before they even are able to get on the gun range. They are trained. If they don't pass these training, they don't pass basic training.
Right.
But who out there training these 18-year-old children?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. I think the gun law, I think we need to raise it up, because I'm going to tell you now, that scares me to know an 18-year-old can have a gun, can go purchase a gun. That scares me to know that you could have several domestic violence charges, and when you go to court, they're going to be dropped down to a misdemeanor. Why? And when you get out and bond out, by you still having a misdemeanor, guess what you can go buy? You can go get a gun.
Yeah.
So if you done already beat somebody up and hurt them, and now you can go get a gun because you big mad now because you done sat in jail.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. You're mad at that person. And they tell me, well, here's your restraining order. But they come at me with a gun.
Right.
What I'm going to do? Throw it at you and say, oh, move. I have a restraining order. That's crazy. You don't even have to wait 72 hours to go pick up your gun. And I don't know if y'all remember this, but they was talking about a gentleman one time where his wife had passed away in the hospital, and he went and purchased a gun. He was able to get that gun within an hour. And he went back to that hospital, and he killed several people because his wife did not make it.
Oh, wow.
So that's crazy.
Yeah. He did that to the staff?
Yes, he did. So this is my thing. We need some cooling off time.
Right.
We really do. We need longer hold time on guns. We need to raise the age. I'm serious. We need this. I don't know if anybody ever went to Tate High School, but I've been out there to talk to the principal about a year or two ago, where they allowed teenagers, you know how you have a gun rack on the back of your truck?
Yeah.
They had rifles on the back of their truck.
The hunters.
Yeah. And they're
so
saying,
they say,
well, this is a hunter's community. This part of District 1, people hunt. Okay, and you might. I mean, but don't bring that to school. That don't even supposed to be on campus. But do you know nothing happened to those children? And I guarantee you, when we go back to school in about 11 days from now, I guarantee you, you walk around that senior parking lot, you're going to see some rifles on the back of somebody's truck. And they're going to act like it's okay because that is a hunting part of District 1. That is not okay. That is not okay.
At school.
Not at school.
Yeah, no.
If you want to hunt, okay, go hunt. But do it at home. And leave your gun at home. Not like this. And as we all know, our governor has made it to where you don't have to have a concealed permit anymore.
Right.
You just go buy a gun, put it in your console or put it in your purse, and let's ride out.
Yeah. What's going on, baby?
That's kind of, in my opinion, it's frightening. I don't know about nobody else's. But that's the law now.
Yeah.
So
why do you think they did that? Because they made me go through that whole process of getting the concealed weapons, taking the class, and then going and filling out all that paperwork to get the concealed
And
weapons,
then what
and
a
then they
year,
just
and then a couple months they said you didn't need it.
yeah, a couple of years.
Yeah.
A couple of years later, like, oh, you don't need it.
I don't know why our governor did. Our governor did that.
Yeah.
We didn't do that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking when he did that. To me, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to take nobody right to carry a gun. I mean, hey.
What's going on, Hell?
Hi, DJ Hell. I'm not trying to say that we should not have guns. I'm just saying let's make it make sense.
Right.
Let's make it make sense. You know, we are not wide earth on Tombstone. This is not the Tombstone days. Yeah. Let's make it make sense. We will never be able to control the streets on stolen guns and all of that. Unless, like I say, we take those resources that we're getting and get more officers. Let's have a SWAT team, do something. But I mean, realistically,
yeah. It would have made sense. It would have made sense if they would have took away the concealed weapons thing, but then made it an open carry. And then that would have made sense to me if you're going to just allow it to be open carry like Texas, but to just stop you from having to get the concealed weapons license and then you can just still have a concealed. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. What'd you say? Hell, permanent carry
ain't served any state that it was passed in. It actually driven the issue up because people don't know the law. Exactly.
They don't know the law. It's. I think that it caused more confusion than anything.
Yeah. I
think it did when he did that. I think that people felt like we finna go and just pack our house up full of guns, buddy. I'm serious. Now we can do it. We ain't got to pay all that high prices of conceal. We don't have to do any of that you did.
Right.
Let's just go get us some guns.
Yeah, I'm salty. I'm kind of salty.
I would be too. So, but what sense did that make though?
Right.
It didn't make any sense. But that's the law, and that's just what it is. So guess what though? This is the deal. Okay, so what happens when somebody's in a heated argument? People do get that.
Right.
And they pull out their gun and they shoot and kill somebody. Okay, so do we now say, okay, now you got to go to court. So now you might be facing life.
Right.
But guess what? Now that person's going to fight and say, well, wait a minute. I stood my ground because they was in my face. You said I could have this gun. I didn't have to get a concealed carry on.
Right.
And hey, I did think about it before I pulled the trigger. I thought about it. And this person was in my face like that, hollering and screaming at me. And they made me feel like I was in danger. So I used it. So now what?
Right.
Because guess what? Because now you use their laws against them in the court of law. Because that is their laws. They say that you are standing your ground when somebody come into that personal space. You're standing your ground when somebody come on your land, your property, to harm you or your family. You're standing your ground. And I didn't have to get a concealed carrier because, hey, the governor said we don't need it no more.
Right.
So I got my gun, and this person, I opened my door because they was knocking at my door like if they needed help or something, but they really came here to attack me and my family.
Right.
So, hey, so what's the answer to that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
because if I still got, because it kind of gets tricky at that point.
It does. It gets very tricky at that point.
Because if I protect my family, but then I still get
arrested,
locked up, because now you trying to nitpick with the law or make it only work for you.
That's it.
Instead of me, then that's a problem.
It's a problem,
right?
And I'm gonna tell you who you want to know who's gonna really be a problem for? Black men.
Yeah,
I'm not being funny, and I'm like I said, I'm not a racist,
right?
But I'm just being honest. Let's just be honest about it. That's going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem. So how do we? What do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you let this person terrorize you and your family, and say, I don't know which way to go. Right. So I always tell people, don't do a headshot. do a shot below the waist. Because that way, that's not a kill shot.
Right.
You see? But then we all know on the streets, you shoot me and you don't kill me. And you just kind of tap me a little bit. I'm probably going to come after you. You know, and that's what a lot of people probably be thinking in their mind. Well, dang, if I don't kill them and I just hurt them, now they really mad at me. So now they really coming for me.
If they want to hurt me and they have a weapon, then it's probably gonna be a headshot. Miss Francine.
That's I mean, I'm just trying to give you legal thoughts. Like, okay, so how do we avoid the prison system?
Right.
You know,
right.
and maybe, and I grant it. I really do, because if your daughter, and I don't know if you have a daughter, and I'm just hypothetically saying, come home and say, Daddy, this man touched me.
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's a headshot too.
That's pretty bad. You see?
I'll lay down comfortably about that one.
You know, so it's like, what do you do? What do you do? Your wife running into the house and you're like, baby, what's wrong with you? This man is following me.
Yeah.
What do? You know what you're gonna do.
Right.
And there ain't gonna be no question about it. You see? So just like what was that? Was it about a year or two ago where somebody broke into his house and he actually shot the guy and he ended up going to jail for shooting the guy. The guy pressed charges because they said that the guy had ran out the house, and when he shot him,
he was in the back.
He wasn't all the way in the house. He was like on the porch or something like that. They said the guy was running out the house, but I guess he felt like I couldn't catch him in the house. I caught him running out the door. So what was the next to make sure he don't come back? You know, I mean, but I don't know. What is the what's going on? What you say, Derek Scott? Hey, the governor did not make the permits carry law. The legislation did, and Michelle Salzman co-sponsored the legislation. DeSantis signed it into law.
Yeah, Moore said it's absolutely correct. Okay.
So, well, our governor signed it and put it into law.
Yeah.
Michelle Salzman did co-sponsor on that. So,
where is the why in that though? That's the part I'm missing.
Why? But give us why. Where is the why?
Yeah.
That's crazy. that is absolute. But I already know Michelle Salzman is gun crazy. If you look on her page, she at the gun range firing it down. So she likes guns.
Yeah.
But my thing is this though. Where is the protection at for those who do shoot somebody?
Right.
Can we absolutely say that person won't go to jail?
Yeah.
For protecting themselves? A lady was, as y'all know, remember the lady that shot her boyfriend, and I don't even think she shot in the air. She didn't even shoot him, and she went to prison. Remember that black lady?
I remember that.
Yeah, remember that?
I remember that. Where was that at? I can't remember where it was, but I do remember that.
So where's the protection?
Yeah.
If somebody gonna go to jail, go to prison for shooting up in the air, and now Michelle Salzman co-sponsored this, our legislation put the bill up for it.
Right.
DeSantis, he approved it. He signed it. He put it into law.
Yeah. I would like to know what other states are permitless carries.
I would like to know that too. How many of them really support? Because see, if I'm in the state of Florida and I have a gun, and let's say I go travel somewhere, what would that do to me?
Oh, that's how they're gonna get you.
Yeah.
That's why you probably should still get your concealed weapons.
I would, because you need to find out the states that go along with your state. That's the point I'm finna make.
Yeah.
You better try to find out
that's how they gonna
who goes along with your state. Because you go to a whole nother state, something pop off, you thinking that you standing your ground.
Yeah.
And they say, hey, we don't do that here.
Yeah. Not here.
But I'm from Florida. I'm not from your state.
Right.
But you should have found out our laws before coming here. Now, guess what? Now you're going to jail in a whole nother state because you're thinking your state laws is going to be okay for you because you're Florida, your ID says Florida, and that's the Florida state law now.
Ooh.
You see? So when you traveling, y'all
DJ
better
Hill
be careful.
DJ Hill said 29 states have it. I'm gonna check it
Well,
out.
you
I'm
better
gonna do my
find out
research.
what 29 states have it.
I'm gonna look now.
Thank you. There it is. Yeah, because a lot of people travel. Just think about it, and just think about this: the summer. How many families you think travel this vacation time?
Man, thousands.
And had they gone with them from the state of Florida? Yeah.
Permitless carry states.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough topic, to be honest with you.
Oh, shucks.
So we got 29 states. Is that 29 states?
Yeah, that's
okay. So let me tell you something. For everybody that's watching this, you better write them states down.
So yeah,
you better write them down.
I'm gonna show them so they can see it.
Yeah,
too.
because if you go to a state that ain't one of them 29, and how many? Okay.
You got Alabama.
Okay.
Alaska. I'll be carrying it in Alaska anyway. They got wild moose out there. Arizona, Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska,
look, I'm gonna have to call you
and New Hampshire.
I'm on a podcast right now, and I give you a call back. No worries. Okay.
Got it.
So, let's yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You needed that. So I wanna. Is it okay if I kind of
switch off? Yeah.
Switch off a
Go
little
ahead.
bit. So I talked to a city council person. In the town of Century, and we are still having a problem with this $1.5 million that Michelle Salzman got. Now, yeah, blow that up. So let me tell you what the problem is, and y'all tell me, does this sound kind of shaky? Okay. So they got this money a couple years ago, right? Mm-hmm. That's what the person from Century that sits on the city council seat. So this is not he say, she say. This is from a person from city council from Century.
Right.
Okay. At first, they felt like things was going to be okay and things was trying to move along. Mm-hmm. Well, the mayor that they had, he quit. He resigned. He said he didn't feel respected.
Right. When was this?
Left.
Let me get a time frame. When was this? When did the mayor leave? That mayor. Because I know the current mayor of Century.
Yeah.
So I need a time frame right now.
Okay. That had to be around about a year ago, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm
not
sure.
He's not there.
Okay.
He's gone. And we'll have that, and I'll put that up, but that's okay. So he's not there.
All right.
So they needed a mayor. So Mr. Gomez said, he put his paperwork in, put his money in, he became the mayor.
Right.
Now, things slowed down. Nothing was happening. Now the clerk has quit, which ain't good.
Right.
The clerk is the one that does a lot of finances for this town of Century.
Right.
He said that he did not know what he's supposed to do as a mayor. He don't know. Mm-hmm.
So Gomez said this?
Yes, it was on TV. Go back to We Are TV3 to where the mayor of Century spoke of not knowing his job. Because that's exactly what they called it. So look it up if you want to.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Keep talking.
So, all right. So check this out. So now the argument is, out of 21 employees, she said they only have about 8 or 9 now because everybody's quitting because nothing's getting done.
Out of how many?
21.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so if the money that has been allocated for them for different things to get done in Century is not done by a certain amount of time, which he already said he don't know what to do. They brought in somebody to help him, but that didn't last because they didn't work out together. And they also said the person said everything that needs to be done is they're not getting paid enough money to do it. So they're not there anymore. So now they're in a rock and a hard spot. And the city council person, she said, every time they vote on something to get done that needs to be done so they can spend that money on what's needed to be done, they can't never get everybody to agree because the mayor's family members are always going to go for what he say. And then the other two people that ain't no kin to him voted differently because they do see that this needs to be done. So now what's fixing to happen is, there you go. There you go.
This was the mayor that walked out.
This used to be the mayor. He resigned. He walked out because he felt like he was not being, so he was not being respected. But this is what I'm getting to.
Okay.
So now she said that he had a talk with Salzman on the phone, the new mayor, Gomez.
Right.
He felt, she hung up in his face because she felt like he wasn't respecting her.
Right.
But
now, Century is District 1 too?
Yes, it is. So what's finna happen and why city council are so upset, she finna take the money back because she said, if y'all ain't gonna use it, I'm gonna have to take it back.
How long did they have it?
So from what I understand from the city council people, they said that they've had the money for 2 to 3 years. But when they had the old mayor, he was getting some things done.
Right.
But once Gomez came in, he didn't know. But this is my point as running as a candidate for District 1. If I see that I have gotten money, resources for this town as your District 1 rep, and your mayor himself says, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
I just became the mayor because I didn't want y'all to blend my town into Escambia County because there's no mayor. Because if nobody would have ever stepped up to be mayor, they was going to make it part of Escambia County. Okay? So this is my thing.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Because isn't that Escambia? What do you mean by mayor?
It wouldn't have been a town. You can't have a town without a mayor.
It just would have been. It just would have been part of the county. I got you now.
You can't have a town without a mayor. So she was like, so this is the thing. She asked me because she called me. She said, what would you have done? I said, what I would have done is I would have got with Mr. Gomez and said, listen, if you don't know what you're doing, and I'm going to get you some help, and we're going to pay this person properly. And I don't care if you feel like I'm stepping on your toes or I've gotten this money appropriated for this. The sewage is terrible over there. You liable to step on paper and poop walking down the street. I've done it. That's how I know.
Darius Scott said he left in July 2023 talking about the old mayor. And Mayor Gomez became interim in August, in August, beginning of September 2023. All right, got you. So really just last year.
Yeah, right. See? So what I'm telling you is this.
I thought Gomez been the mayor.
So what I'm saying is this. As your District 1 rep, and you got this money appropriated for this town to do this, and that. And by the way, I'm gonna get that paperwork of everything that it got that they needed. I know Freedom Bridge has been needed to be fixed for umpteen years, and it still ain't fixed. I know the sewage need to be fixed, and I can say that personally because I stepped in crap when I went over there to talk at a church.
Right.
And I asked the man, I said, listen, I'm not parking in your parking spot. I'm parking where the first lady parked. Me and her gonna share this spot today because I ain't stepping on no more poop.
Right.
And he was like, we've been asking for the sewer to get fixed, and they have it. So park where you feel like you need to park. Wait, so
how can somebody?
But this is my thing.
Ahead. Yeah.
This is my thing though. If you've already gotten this money for this town, and you know this town needs this money, why not come in and take a little time out for whatever you're doing? And bring somebody in, and even if you have to sit in on these things to make sure that they're getting done, let's get it done.
Right.
There's no need of getting money for a town that you know is hurting, that you know is a broken town, and now you're saying because they've had it for so long and nothing is being done, you're gonna take it back.
Right.
It's gonna go back. That doesn't make sense to me. Okay, give it to me like I'm 4. because I want to know this. Why would you sit back and let a town hurt when somebody done told you they don't know what they're doing? And I'm going to tell you the truth. I commend him for being honest.
Right.
Because he could have sat back and, yeah, I'm doing this, and they ain't doing nothing because he don't know what to do.
Right.
But he came out. I wouldn't have said it on TV.
Yeah.
But I would have gotten in a closed meeting and just went on and said, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I need some real help. That's when she should have gotten off of her high horse, got out from behind her desk, went to Century, and if I would have had to put a desk in the office with his desk, okay, we finna work this out because this is what you need to do. Now you got this amount and this amount to help with this, and you got this amount. So let's make it happen. Let's get the people that we need to get to come in here and fix this. You got the money, so there's no excuse now. What is the excuse? Okay, you don't know what you're doing. That's still not an excuse because I'm finna help you, show you what you need to do. And I'm going to hire somebody to help you do what you need to do.
Right.
That person right there, she's on it.
Right.
She knows that there's a problem.
Okay, Alicia Johnson.
Yes, she knows what needs to be done.
With Shalisa McCall voted no.
See, she voted no.
Shalisa McCall voted no. After several minutes search for a Bible, Gomez raised his left hand and took the oath of office. And then all of that set the several next steps in the motion. All right.
And she voted no for that reason, because she said he's going to destroy this town. Because he don't know what he's doing. He's even said he don't know what he's doing. And now it's to the point to where money that they have, see, they don't look happy to me.
Hey, two mad faces.
Because they knew what was going to happen. They're going to lose this money. They're going to lose this money that is being appropriated for their town.
Look at this man covered his face.
Yeah.
Dang, this is crazy because I ain't know, because I actually like Gomez. I know he threw a couple of events out of the Century that I went to.
But guess like what? That. He's an event person. He's a DJ.
Okay.
He does events.
That explains everything.
There you go.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, but that don't mean he know how to run a town.
Right.
But my thing is this. But this is what I'm saying. You're sitting back knowing this man don't know what to do. And it's like if you're just waiting to take the money from the town. And what I want to know is when you take this money from the town, well, what you going to do with it?
It's nothing, but it's not really too many positive comments on you.
Not at all. Because they know that they've gotten this money, but they also know that the mayor have to sign off to do this, to do that.
Yeah.
And he's not doing it. And the clerk has quit. The clerk of Century has quit. You can look it up.
The clerk in Century quit as well.
Yeah. And then they did hire somebody to come in to help him. And guess what? They quit too. So my thing is this. Did you appropriate that money for that town? Because you know eventually you was going to take it back. Because you know they don't know what they're doing. And you know he don't know what he's doing.
Right.
So was that like a catch-22 for it?
They asked my man to step in and do that as the interim, and then everybody just abandoned.
See?
They just turned their back on helping him, knowing he didn't know what he was doing. That's wild.
It.
That's wild.
That's wild. That's what I'm saying. He has no help. And they know he don't know what he's doing. She know he don't know what he's doing. She turned his back. She hung the phone up in his face.
This person said, we all get to watch the circus in the coming months and do not have to buy a ticket.
There you go. See what I'm saying? So why would you do that? Did you do it because you knew it's going to come down to you getting that money back?
Yeah.
Because number one, you knew the man didn't know what he was doing. Number two, everybody just was like, man, I'm not even gonna waste my time on this. I'm walking away from this.
So why would she even give him the money in the first place, though?
That's the point that I'm saying. Make it make sense. Did you give these people this money because you thought that the mayor was going to really do something? But then he left. What mayor does that though? You get all this money allotted to your town, and then you leave.
Yeah.
Because you say you feel disrespected. Really? Please make that make sense to me.
Yeah.
Secondly, okay, so now for a minute, y'all didn't even have a mayor. So when you get somebody that said, well, I'll go ahead on and do it. Right. That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah. I know somebody.
Yeah, here you go. So did you get the worst of the worst to come in? Because that's what they saying. Now, I'm not saying that. But the way that those comments was,
yeah, they was mad.
It was like, why would you get him? He don't know nothing. Was that a planned situation? Why would you find a person or get a person that knows nothing?
Yeah. I think that, yeah. I mean, even if you did that, like you said, it's proper steps. Like you could have went out there and helped my man.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? That's right. What I would have done.
Instead of setting them up for failure.
Yeah. If I allotted you this much money, that means that I had to put some work and effort into getting this money for y'all.
Right.
So now that I done got this money and now you don't have no help, you don't know what you're doing, I'm not going to just sit back and let that money go to, well, it ain't going to go to waste because she's going to take it back.
Yeah.
And then she's going to do whatever else she want to do with it. So see, that's the whole point I'm making. Are you not helping these people or helping this man get this town right? Because you know in the end what's going to happen, you're going to take it back.
Right.
Is that why you're doing what you're doing? Because you really didn't want to spend that money on them, no way?
Yeah.
Because if you do want to spend that money properly, like it should be spent, you would get out your seat, go to Century, and if you got to put a desk in his office, I don't care about you not liking me or not. I don't care. I'm not in this to be your friend.
Right.
I'm in this to help my district. I'm in this to help the people. So I'm going to sit right here with you, and you're going to sit right here with me, and we're going to go over these books, and we're going to see where we need to start at so we can start, finish, and end it. And so we can get the people what they need in Century.
Yeah.
And that's what should be happening. But that is not what's happening at all. It seemed like everybody just want to stay as far away as possible.
Right.
But you're not helping the people. The people are the only people that's suffering. And when you are voted in as an elected official, that is your job to help the people.
Yeah,
that's why you are elected. And it's not, you don't pick and choose who you want to help. You are the representative for every District 1 constituent. You are not District 1 rep for the people you want to represent.
Right.
That is not why you're sitting in that seat. You're sitting in there to help your constituents. And it seemed like to me, that town is the town. You know how you have at least one child out the bunch that you got to help more than the others?
Yeah.
Well, that's the child we need to be helping right now. Right. Century. Because I don't know how often you go through Century.
Often.
But it's a dead town.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I got to go through there just to get to where I'm going. Most of the time, going to like Georgia.
Yeah.
Going to Carolina.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. You got to go through there to go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because that's why I go a lot. I pass through there and I stop and I try to leave early so I can get through their daylight so I can walk around and I can contact some of the city council people that I know that's on the city council and I can talk to them. And we can walk through and they can show me what they're talking about. So it's not like I'm just a dead source of Century. I know what's going on.
Right.
I'm talking to the city council people. I'm talking to their little newspaper they got there. I have family that lives in Century. So I have ties in Century. So I know what's going on. And it's sad because you're sitting back letting this town die out.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you now, you know, it's sad for the people that's, you know what? A lot of people that was on their city council, man, them people quitting like left and right. I don't need that. I'm not doing that. I'm gone.
Yeah.
You seen that person with their hand over their face.
Yeah. He's like, do not take my pick.
Do not let nobody know I'm with this, you know. So it's sad and it's not good. And the answer is, say this, see, that's the word for the night, accountability.
Yeah.
Be accountable for the position that you have been placed in. And I get that he don't know. And like I said, I wouldn't have said it on TV, but I would have got the hands that be in a room and said, listen, y'all, I don't know what I'm doing.
You got to surround yourself with people that's smarter than you.
Yes. And I need some help. Yeah. And that's all he needed to say. But I do have to give it to him. He did call Salzman. And somehow it went left. And she just hung up. How you going to hang up on the mayor of a town that you are the representative for? I don't care how angry she may have gotten. And I don't know the conversation because I wasn't there. But what I do know is she hung up.
I want to be a fly in the room on that.
I do too. I really do. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I go to Century next week, I'm going to ask, what was that conversation like, sir? Because I'm kind of on your side with this because there should have not been a time when your District 1 rep, when you're telling them you need help and you're telling them things are falling apart. And then no matter what you could have said, I don't know what he said, but whatever it was, she just hung up the phone. Wow. Now I do know that because he did say that. And a couple of the city councilmen was like, "Oh, she hung up." So I don't think it was just a one, because if they heard, they was like, "Dad, she hung up the phone." Yeah. That's terrible. That is not something that you do. That is not what you do. What should have taken place instead of that phone being a hang up, it should have been, I tell you what, obviously we're not getting nowhere over the phone. So I'm just going to come down to Century. Yeah. And we're going to sit down with your city council people and with you. And we're going to have a meeting of the mind to see where do we need to go from here. Because the only people that are hurting from this situation is your constituents and my constituents. And that's what's the problem. Sometimes you got to take you out of the equation. Yeah. Sometimes you got to say, okay, you got it. Right. And let it go. But now we can deal with it. Yeah. And we're going to do what needs to be done. I've had to take me out of the equation several times. Because there's a lot of things that I don't like. Right. But guess what? I just let that person have it. Because you know why? Me hollering at you and you hollering at me is not going to make a world of a difference. So I'm going to let you have it, and I'm going to let you win the argument, but the people going to win the battle. Because I'm coming, and we're going to sit here, and we're going to work it out, and we're going to figure it out with your city council people, and we're going to get this town straight, and we're going to get it right. Because just like everybody else deserves a better day and a greater tomorrow, they deserve it too. Ooh-wee. And we're going to give it to them. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what your state rep should have done. Yeah. And that's what this state rep going to do. Because I'm going to get that seat. Because the people, they know that things are not right. And anytime I go somewhere and somebody look at me because they're so used to seeing me coming and helping out and doing stuff, and they say, well, what you mean? Do we know who the state rep is? Right. Yeah, we look at it. I say, I'm not the state rep. I'm an advocate for District 1. And I advocate. I go to Tallahassee. I lobby. I fuss. I do all of those things to try to get what I feel like we need because that's what y'all have told me you need. But I'm not her. Yep. You know, I'm not her. So
go ahead.
Hello. I'm on the podcast. I'll give you a call and we'll talk about it.
You see her. See her live.
All right. All right. No. I got to get with that person. They want to talk to me about some Century. I'm just gonna be honest.
That was Century. Yeah.
Because you know why? I got to come up there. I was gonna go Monday, but I'm gonna go. I'll probably go this week.
That's crazy that we talking about that topic.
Well, they can see on. I told them to look at your podcast.
Oh,
and they're like,
oh, she probably didn't realize that it was live then. She called you right during that.
She don't.
Yeah.
Oh, she thinks it's a recording.
Got you.
We're live, sweetie. But anyway,
go ahead. Yeah.
She's been talking to me, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna get the paperwork to see what's really happening because I've gotten most of it from some of the city council, but I want to have the paperwork in my face. Right. I do know about Freedom Bridge. It was getting worked on at one point, but then everything just stopped.
Right.
That's crazy. That bridge been needing fixed for about 4 or 5 years now. And it ain't that big, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But what it does...
Is that the bridge that take you over to Flemington?
This is just a little... You know that Pine Forest Bridge? They go, okay, well, this bridge is like that.
Okay.
It's a bunch of apartment complexes back there. A lot of them are elderly. And if the ambulance or the fire department have to go back there, they got to go. That bridge connects everything. Like how we had to go around when they had that bridge knocked off from Wedgewood to Longleaf. Okay, so that bridge connects that town pretty much. So they had to go all the way around, and the ambulance man told me it takes them an extra 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And he said, so that could be somebody's life.
That could be.
That could be somebody's life. And the bridge ain't no bigger than the one that goes from Pine Forest. It connects. Is that the, so why is it taking? Yeah. What is the holdup? That's crazy. And she keeps saying, oh, I appropriated money for that. Okay, well, oversee it and get it done. I'm going to tell you something. And I don't care. If I get some money to help a certain place, you best believe I'm going to be so hands-on until I'm going to know when somebody's sweat hit the pavement from working too hard on it. Because I'm going to be just that hands-on. And the reason why is because I'm not doing this for me.
Right.
I'm doing this for the people. They can't do it.
Right.
How they can't do it. They don't have permits. They can't get. I have to allocate this money. Me and the mayor need to sit down and get some permits, and we need to get this stuff done.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be hands-on on what, and I don't care if it's Wedgewood, Lincoln Park, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm just gonna be honest.
Talk to them.
I'm gonna have some sit-downs when it comes to our sheriff's department. Because if we got the money, and I just talked to a police officer. I went to the Montclair meeting they had.
Oh, okay.
And I went to that meeting. Cindy Martin, big ups to Cindy Martin. Love you so much. She invited me to that meeting. Mm-hmm. And I went and I spoke. And hey, I know I might have made that officer just a little heated. Right. I did look over and he turned a little red. And I said, I apologize. Please don't get my tag number when I leave here. He says, no, you're right. I said, what is the incentives that you are giving people right here in Escambia County that knows the problems to get on this force? He says, well, to be honest, not that much. But if you are an officer in another county, you will get, I think that man said, a $5,000 bonus for coming over here. To me, that's stupid. $5,000. But still, that's stupid, though. Yeah. Let me tell you why. You should be giving people in Escambia County that incentive.
Right.
Because they see the problems every day. They know the problems every day. So why aren't you giving them those incentives?
Exactly.
That doesn't make sense to me. You want somebody to leave a county, in other words, to come to a county they don't even really know about.
Don't know nothing about just for $5,000.
I mean, that doesn't make sense, you know. Yeah. And it could be more, but I really believe that man told me. I don't even care about how much it was.
Right, right.
My point is this: why would you give that incentive to officers in another county that don't even know we having problems over here in Wedgewood with gun violence? We having problems in Montclair, Aries with gun problems. They don't know.
Right.
So now you got to train them about our county. That's more taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
When you would have people right here becoming police officers that you ain't got to tell them.
Yeah.
They see it. They
right.
on the news everywhere. So to me, that just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
It really and truly did not make sense. And I think we need to give people right here in Escambia County incentives to want to be on our police force, that want to be on our SWAT team, that wants to be training people, you know,
right.
Because I think we need to give an incentive to healthcare workers to train our officers. You don't treat a mental health care patient like this. This is how you treat them. This is how you know, and guess what? We just might have more mental health people to go to college for mental health because they know they'll get that incentive. They know they'll get that. I'm going to tell you right now, if they start giving more incentives to teachers,
oh yeah,
I bet you we'll get some teachers in. School bus drivers, I bet you. Let me tell you, they said that, you know, I told you they're going to be a job fair on the 29th. Mm-hmm. They said it was nice, but it wasn't as many as they thought they were going to get.
Oh, really? They were expecting more and got less?
I guess so, because when I called up there about my paperwork,
Yeah.
because I am going to start back teaching in the fall. I said, I know y'all probably real backlogged. Well, we are, but not. I mean, I said, how did the fair go? It's like, it was good, but we really was expecting
more.
Don't
Nobody want to work no more.
You know, they was really expecting more, especially bus drivers. When I tell you, we're going to have, I'm telling you parents, I'm just going to tell you this. The first day of school, don't be alarmed. Well, you can be because you're a parent.
Right.
If your child ain't home by 5 o'clock in the evening, because bus drivers are having to take 2 and 3 routes.
Oh, wow.
Take these children home, drop them off, and come back to school, pick up some more, drop them off, da-da-da-da-da.
That's crazy.
So, don't be alarmed if your child called you and say, hey, I ain't been picked up and it's 4:30. We got out at 2.
Oh yeah, that'll be the last time she ride the bus. I'm going to get her.
So parents just kind of be expecting that a little bit, And I know this is gonna sound crazy to some of y'all, but if you can control or talk to your child about their cell phones, let them take them. But just tell them, hey, come on now, I raise you better than this.
Yeah.
I'll be using a phone in class. This is only for emergency. When school gets out and you see you're going to be late coming home from the bus, call me. I'll come pick you up. Mm-hmm. Or if I'm still at work, let me know what's going on with this bus situation. Train your children now to only use that phone for when they get out of school and it becomes an emergency situation of the bus may not be taking me home right now,
right?
Or they got so many stops that they got to do until. And will the buses be crowded? Yes, it will.
Yeah.
Will it be semi-safety hazards? I'm gonna say yes.
You think so?
Man, let me tell you. Last school term, my niece, she goes to Beulah Middle School,
right?
And she was like, "I want you to ride the bus with us one day."
You did it.
I did. I felt so claustrophobic in there. I didn't know what to do. I was shaking by the time that bus got to school because they can't. How many think? Do you let them up or down to get some air?
The windows.
Yeah, I think they come down.
Yeah, they come down.
But they're not able to do that. They can't because they don't have. A lot of buses don't have bus aids. So they can't let those windows down for the children
Lord.
to get. Yeah, now you see why I felt claustrophobic. Well, they're trying to get ACs on the bus now. That's the thing.
That's why they was talking about that.
I
was so lost.
They don't have AC on the buses, but they're trying to get AC on the new buses that they have and trying to see how they can put them on the older buses because they realize it's a lot of children on these buses. And it gets hot. The children get to fight. I got a fight on my phone right now from the bus. A child. I'm serious because I give children my card just like I give adults because they're my constituents. They live in District 1.
Yeah,
they got problems. That girl, she taped the fight and said, "Ms. Mathis, this is a fight that's happening on the bus right now. We don't have a bus aid. It's 100 of us on this bus, maybe more." And everybody just ducking and running because they don't want to get hit. So we need some help. Crazy. I said, "Well, where are you at?" And when she told me, I was like, "Well, I can come." So I came. We called the school board. We called the police.
Yeah.
And it was terrible once they got off that bus. It was so many children getting off that. I was like,
"Yeah,
okay, is this it?" It was just children coming, just getting off. That is, to me, that's a hazard.
Right.
Because you got to think about it. Some of these children play band. Where your band instruments going?
Yeah.
Some of these children in color guard. Some of these children in. So it's not safe.
Yeah.
For parents, I just want to say the first day of school, just be patient. Just be patient.
And we got to close out. You said just be patient. Real quick before we close out, though, let the people know, people that's not up on game, let them know when it's going to be voting time.
Okay.
And why they need to vote for you.
So August the 20th, that's the primary. And by the way, we're going to have a watch at the Belmont at, 23? Find that address for me. It's on Mobile Highway. And it's on Mobile Highway. Sean Hartfield is the owner. It's a coffee shop day and event center by night.
Yeah, they've been promoting that brunch.
Yeah.
You know I need to go try it
Yeah,
out.
that brunch.
Shout out to Sean Hartfield and Boneface.
Yeah, shout out to them. Boneface, Sean Hartfield, shout out to them. It's the Belmont on Mobile Highway, and we're going to do a watch there. So if y'all want to come, it's going to start at 7:00. And it's going to end probably around 9. It's not gonna be long. It's probably like from 7 to 9. It's gonna be. Is that it?
No, that ain't it. I need to.
Maybe you can pull Sean Hartfield up on Facebook, and it'll and it's gonna be from 7 to 9, and we're going to do a watch, and we're gonna this taco night is $2 taco night, 2 for $5, and then he has other stuff on the menu. He has wings. He has all kind of stuff on the menu. So come out, get you something to eat. We will be providing free champagne.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
The new location. It's the Belmont at First XL, and it is 5330 Mobile Highway, Suite B.
Okay, y'all got that?
Yep.
So we're gonna, and guess who's gonna be there?
We're gonna be there.
Yours
I'm gonna be
truly.
there. Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
And he's gonna be pulling people to the couch to let them talk and to let them say a couple words about the election, about the atmosphere, what's happening that night. So tell them what you're gonna do. That's on you.
Yep. So I'm gonna pull y'all to the couch and I'm gonna let y'all speak, talk about why you out there, why it's important to vote, and just get y'all opinions on some things that's going on in the city. So that's what the Chop Up Podcast does to, give back to the community. Like Ms. Mathis said, we had conversations off the phone. You don't have to vote for her, but you need to vote. We prefer that you vote for her. But you don't have to vote for her, but make sure you're getting out there to vote.
Yes, please get out there and vote. This is a very, very important election. Let me tell you, you got two powerful African American females. Franscine Mathis, District 1. Hale Marset, District 2.
Let's go.
You got two powerful Black females trying to get this seat to make a difference. We've made history with me being the first Black African American female to win a primary in District 1. Let's make it with Hale on August 20th and on November 2nd. November 2nd is election day. Let's really make history, because if you get Miss Mathis for District 1, you get Miss Marset for District 2. Man, we done made some history.
Y'all gonna shut it down.
Let's go. I mean, it's gonna be on and popping. We're gonna really help the communities. We're not going to play around with let's just see what we can do. No, let's see what we're gonna do. Because I really know that she's real concerned about the community just as much as I am. Her district have some things that needs to be worked on, and I know she's looking at them and working on them. I'm definitely looking at and working on my district. I walk my district. I talk to the people in my district because, and I'm going to say this, I don't usually tell people this, my nails are so dirty. Don't tell nobody. And I'm going to tell you why. Because earlier today, when I see ECUA outside digging holes, I had on regular clothes because I seen them.
Yeah.
And I said, can I look down there? And he was like, please be careful. So I didn't actually get in the hole that time, but I did kind of lay down a little bit just to look inside and to see what they were doing. And they had like a hose that they were putting down there to suck up stuff.
Oh yeah.
Try to get as much as they can so it wouldn't go into the pipes.
Right.
And I can tell you right now, our pipes are lead. I've seen them.
Yeah.
They are lead pipes. So when I tell you I'm in the trenches, I'm in the trenches. I'm not just standing back looking in board meetings. I'm out here, I'm outside all day and night, and I'm riding around And oh, he knows that I ride a lot at night.
I just called a road warrior. I said, you want to be up all night riding around?
So so I'm out there, y'all, and I'm finding out information. I'm trying to give y'all information. I hope that y'all are listening and taking heed to this information. I don't care about y'all having my phone number. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Right.
I give up my phone number night and day because if there are questions, if there's anything that I can help with, if there's anything that I can make my constituents have a better day and a greater tomorrow. I want to do that. And together we can do that. But it's going to take us together. I'm going to need your support. And will I need donations? Of course. I have to get out here and buy signs, put signs up. I have to get out here and put flyers out to people. I have to have your donations. And I know people's like, oh, politicians always begging for money because we can't do it without money.
Right.
How am I gonna get out there and be seen and be known? You know, and I know a lot of y'all already know me because I do be on. And I remember Miss Sherry she's a Facebook friend.
Okay.
So I do be on Facebook and Instagram a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you, my children got to teach me how to use Twitter.
I'm gonna shout her out because she said Road to Unity single drops. So she do music.
Okay.
We need to unite. Road to Unity single drops tomorrow and available on all streaming platforms. We got to.
All
we
right,
got to.
there it is. See, that's how you do it, people.
Yeah.
We come together, we unite together, we help one another. Whatever you have me share, you know, you can always throw it on my Facebook page. I'm gonna share it with everybody. And that's really how we work together and we help each other. I just want to say I do need your support. I do need your donations. And let me tell you something. Sometimes support is not always money. I need you to get out here and put some flyers out for me. I need some people to help me put out signs. I'm trying to figure out how to nail signs into 2x4s. So I need some help.
Yeah.
Help is not always out your pocket. Help is sometimes your time is better than the finance because that means you're out there walking the streets with me. You're holding my signs, waving. So if you want to volunteer to help me, I got to put this watch party together. I need a little help with that. I mean, so a lot of times when I say I need your help, I need your support, you may know organizations that I don't know, but you can call me and say, hey, I'm a part of such and such. Why don't you come and speak to my organization? That helps all the time. So I'm going to give y'all my number. Call me anytime you want. If there's anything you want to talk about, if you want to have a town hall meeting, or you have a church or organization you want me to come speak at, or even at your house, and you just have some people gathered at your house and y'all got some questions. I love questions because guess what? I want to show you I don't have all the answers.
Right.
I'm going to be honest with you. And if anybody ever tell you that they do, you better run so fast. They're lying. I don't have all the answers. And that's why I want to talk to you because you may have an answer that I haven't even thought about.
Right.
But that will help me when I get to where I'm going because I can say, hey, I remember such and such told me this. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I will call you. I don't have a problem with that because that is what a good leader does.
Right.
It takes advice. It takes help from people because I'm only one person. I can't see what's going on over all of my district. Right. I do need your eyes. I need your ears. And I need your phone calls to call me and say, hey, such and such is going on. You might want to. And I'm going to tell you now, I don't have a problem with telling somebody, well, if I'm in Tallahassee saying, hey, I'll be in Pensacola on such and such day, can we get together? Can we have a little coffee or have a little conversation so I can figure out what's going on and what's needed? So I'm going to give out my number. I want everybody to get a pencil and paper or jot this number down. He's going to put it up. And I want you to call me. And I'm for real about when I say call me. I want you to call me. I want you to talk to me. I want us to get to know each other because I want to get personal. I want you and I to sit down together and say, hey, this is my problem. And I tell you, if I got a solution, I'll tell it to you. If I don't, I say, but guess what? I know somebody that does such and such. And maybe that's the solution to our problem. And let's work on this together. Because let me tell you what a good leader does. Guess what? A good leader shows her constituents how to help themselves. I want to see you grow. I want to see you build. I will give you the tools to build your house because I want every community in District 1 and all around to have sustainable communities. Sustainable communities. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Look it up because knowledge is power. And when we decide to just sit back and let somebody else do everything, that's when we lose our power. And you never want to lose your power.
Never.
You never want to lose your power.
Never.
And
ever.
especially if you have children.
Yeah.
You definitely want to be knowledgeable and know what's going on in the classrooms. Because if your child come back to you and say, Mom, they're not teaching us Black history or African American history, they're not lying to you.
Yeah.
They're not.
All right.
So this is my number, 708-310-8907. And my name is Franscine Mathis, and I'm running for State House Representative for District 1. And I just have a question for everybody that's listening and all my constituents. How can I help you get and have a better tomorrow and a greater today?
Ooh.
I want to help you. I want to figure this out, and we can do it together. But if I don't know the problem, and if you don't call me, I don't know.
Right. And there you have it. Round 3 with Miss Francine Mathis. This is Big B of the Chop Up Podcast. Salute the Third World Digital. Salute the Hoffa. Salute the Sam Toucan. And once again, it's a Chop Up at WPMM Radio. Peace.
Peace.